to call in at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Hour two, we'll be joined by Dr. Melina Abdullah. But really the focus on women, right? Women's History Month. We haven't gone deep on that, but we will. We have our women's takeover of KBLA on March 27th, which I'm absolutely looking forward to. All my colleagues and some special guests taking over the mic for a day of the divine feminine on the mic. Of course, those of you who are from LA know that we do a reclamation gathering in honor of Breonna Taylor every single March, and it's coming up this weekend. It's called Black Women Are Divine. It's coming up on the 15th, and I hope you'll be there. I always MC that. Always for the past, ever since they started it, I guess. And this is a day for Black women to receive love and for others to give that love. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I mean, there are massages and counseling, and I don't know if they have them again this year, but last year we had the ability to make these beautiful flower wreaths and free lunch and gift bags for all the Black women who come. The others who come are obviously invited to eat, and there's music and poetry, but also to join in pampering these Black mamas and grandmamas and, and youth who come together. A lot of times it's, with the elders helping folks back and forth to their cars, or just waiting on them, showing them love. It's really a beautiful day, just the spirit of it and the people and the music. It's always a great day, and I hope that you will pop up there. It's free, obviously. It's at Norman O. Houston Park, which, if you're from LA, it's kind of the summit, right, where all these different roads meet there. There's a park. I call it the pot smoking park. Not that they're smoking pot during Black Women Are Divine, but there always seems to be someone up there, or training dogs or whatever. But there's basketball courts, and there's a beautiful big lawn area. So it's a fun day, it really is. There's a kids area where the children can play, and they have folks watching them. So you can go get a massage or eat lunch or chat it up, have a samba lesson, all kinds of stuff like that. It's really fun. So that's coming up this Sunday. It's 11 to 4-ish. Sometimes it goes a little longer, but I would get there more on the 11 side if you want to have a gift bag or a, lunch, or just do all the things. Sometimes they run out of stuff. Usually they don't. Bring a friend, tell a friend. It's really, really fun, and it's a great way to celebrate Women's History Month. With some sisterhood, some fellowship. Sahara told us yesterday Mercury is retrograding. I am really feeling it. Everything is haywire, but it's all good because we know how to weather storms. What do I mean by that? Well, it's an astrology thing. So if you're not into astrology, you think it's BS, that's fine too. I pray your car doesn't break down. You don't get lost. You don't get into an argument with your spouse, and that your communication is clear and wise. Sahara told us yesterday to be wise, not emotional. I don't think I followed that advice yesterday, but I will certainly be following it today. Be wise, not emotional. And what does that mean? It also means that there are some things that are very favored for review, right? And one for review, renegotiation, reconnection, all of those things are favored. So reaching out to an old friend you haven't talked to in a long time, but you love talking to, burying the hatchet with a family member that you're not on good terms with, cleaning out a closet that you've been meaning to get to, reorganizing the junk drawer, learning some history, reviewing history, checking something twice for errors or 3 times. All of those things are favored. Finishing a project you started long ago but have never gotten around to completing. Those are the things that are favored. What is not favored is buying a new computer, buying a new car, signing a contract, unless it's a contract you've been working on for a very long time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So my Mercury retrograde is Mercury retrograding right now. I hope that that everything is going well with you, but it also means like kind of like take it slow, right? Don't give yourself extra time. Yesterday I was trying to leave KBLA, and every street that I was driving on was blocked by what? Tree trimming. Just like something that wasn't on my radar. Okay, there's tree trimming now, so you don't get to go anywhere where you were planning to go. So give yourself a little extra time and yeah, take it slow, take a deep breath, right? I'm talking to myself, but I'm also talking to you. Try not to argue with folks. Don't beat anybody up. All that good stuff. I got my car insurance bill, my new car insurance bill last week, and I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. It was so much more than it was a month ago. I could not believe what my eyes are seeing. And it turns out we've got an insurance crisis here in California. Well, I already knew that, but I was applying it to home insurance, which is not only skyrocketing costs, but hard to get. And the insurance companies like to blame the fires, and I'm sure the fires are part of it. But some of it is the whole concept of insurance. It's such a scam. You pay your whole life, and then when it's time for you to get paid on an accident or a fire, it's a problem. And so why are car insurance rates going up so much, and what can we do about it? And here's a talking point that I just don't buy. They always have an excuse. I get it. The fire costs are going up. I get it. Car costs are going up. Cars are more expensive now. We know that, not just because of the tariffs, but because there are more electric cars, which are cheaper in terms of your gas money, but they're more expensive in terms of repairs and the parts that you need to repair them. So there's that. And then on top of that, more of us are getting bigger, heavier, more costly cars, which are going to be higher to repair. So the insurance companies are reflecting all of that back to us. But the talking point is always that the insurers are about to go out of business and they can't carry the burden, so we, the consumers, have to step up and pay. And that's the talking point that I call BS on, because these insurance companies are hugely profitable. And it seems like we, the consumer, are disadvantaged, possibly fatally so, because you have to have insurance by law. So it's not like you can just give them the middle finger and keep it stepping. You have to have insurance or you will lose your license. You have to have insurance on a car or you will get a very expensive ticket. And so we've put these car insurance companies in the enviable position of having a captive consumer audience and no real checks and balances, no real checks on their, it's just like our government right now, our federal government in the who's going to check me boo phase. I think that is the business model of insurers. And not quite sure what to do about it. Maybe you have an idea, 800-920-1580. The thing about it is, with housing so expensive, not just in California, but across the country, and now housing insurance for homeowners and car insurance for people that don't take public transportation getting so high, how do we even fix our mouths to say the word affordability? 800-920-1580. Always here for solutions. I do have a complaint department, and I won't call you an ingrate because sometimes we just need to vent. Sometimes we need to air it out and know what the heck is going on, and this is the place to do it. We are unapologetically outspoken, unapologetically progressive, and of course, unapologetically blackety black. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
All the women who independent, throw your hands up at me.
This This March, we're turning up the volume on the women who changed everything. KBLA Talk 1580 is proud to celebrate Women's History Month, honoring the trailblazers, truth tellers, and game changers who shaped our world, our culture, and our community. From the freedom fighters to the firsts, from the boardroom to the front lines, from the unsung to the unforgettable. All month long, we're celebrating the stories, the voices, and the conversations that remind us that women, Black women, have always led the way. Don't miss a moment. This is our moment. This is our story. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580, Los Angeles' home for the conversations that matter.
I'm your girl, you're my girl, we're your girls. Won't you know that we love you?
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is connecting you with services and solutions. Domestic violence and family violence is when someone in an intimate or family relationship tries to gain or maintain power and control over another through a wide range of abusive behaviors. Every single act may amount to abuse. Abuse can take on various forms: psychological and emotional, physical and economic, and sexual abuse. The Genesee Center Incorporated is a nationally recognized nonprofit domestic violence prevention and intervention organization, housing women and children from 30 days up to 2 years through emergency and transitional shelters. The Genesee Center also provides support services like mental health counseling, life skills classes, computer training, job referrals, after-school programs for children, field trips, tutoring, and comprehensive direct legal services. If you need help or you'd like to donate or volunteer, call the Genesee Hotline, 1-800-479-7328. That's 1-800-479-7328, or visit genesee.org. Everyone has the right to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey guys, do you want male performance in the bedroom and do you want it now? Get it in 47 seconds or less. For the first time, you can have instant male enhancement. Introducing Nox 47, the topical male enhancement that works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Finally, after years of scientific research, our proprietary formula will allow you to perform in the bedroom like never before. Just imagine that little blue pill on steroids. No reason to settle and wait when you can get instant performance now. Forget about pills and potions that make you wait hours or up to 30 days to work. That's yesterday's news. Nox 47 is brand new. The hottest thing for men. And you don't need a prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
To find out how to get Nox 47 for free, call now. 800-677-1453. That's 800-677-1453. Free bottles for limited time. Call 800-677-1453. That's 800-677-1453.
Looking for a purposeful and passionate way to make a difference in your community? Volunteer with our Senior Medicare Patrol and help prevent Medicare fraud. S&P volunteers work in their community educating peers about healthcare fraud and how to prevent and detect it. Free training starts soon. Check us out online or at an S&P open house near you. We're on a mission to stop fraud. Join our team. you make a difference. Visit caSMPvolunteer.org.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Right now. I forgot to remind you. I think most of y'all know. Most of you in our KBLA delegation know. We are on YouTube, youtube.com at KBLA 1580. There's always a very interesting conversation in the comments, for which I am grateful. And good morning to our KBLA delegation, inviting you as always to call in and state your purpose, your thought. Jerry says insurance is the world's third or fourth oldest profession. I did not know that, but it's right up there with the first oldest profession, or what they say is the first oldest profession, just in terms of, somebody's getting pimped and somebody's getting paid. And that's how that is. I'm not quite sure what we do about it. I know that right now in California, because of the fires and the fact that insurers are just leaving, people are really catering to the insurance companies and putting up with these large increases. According to the LA Times, that insurance rates have gone up 30% since 2022, which is insane. And they're blaming the vehicles and the repairs and the safety requirements, but a lot of it is profiteering. That's, real talk. And to me, if you're going to require something by law, which car insurance is required by law, just like health insurance is required by law. If you don't have health insurance, unless you're making little enough to where you owe no taxes, then I guess, but still you're going to get a penalty. There's a penalty for not having health insurance, right? The only reason I said unless you're paying no taxes is because usually that's where they will garnish a tax return or whatever, because if you're not insured, they levy a fine on you at tax time. So to me, if you're going to require something by law, then the state has to offer it, right? And there's a state housing insurance fund, which a lot of folks found out in Altadena fire is wildly underfunded and in danger of going out of business, and not at all ready to do what those mainstream insurance companies do. It's like during the Bush crash of 2008, when we bailed out the banks but not the people. To me, if you are going, and the conversation then was we need a public option for banking, right? Because these banks, and we're going to need it again, because these banks charge ridiculous fees. They're predatory, just like maybe not as bad as, but in the same system as these check cashing places and such. So to me, that's only different because you're not required to have a bank, although in reality, to do a lot of transactions and business and in society, you need a bank. We have a lot of folks who are unbanked and they manage to navigate that, but many times they are ripped off by all these high interest rates, the Klarnas, where you can do 3 payments to pay off your groceries, but you end up paying 30, 40, 50% more on top of what you would have spent for those same items. And in the case of insurance, you're required to have it. So why don't we have a public option? Why isn't there a no-frills auto insurance, just the basics, that's a government option? Why isn't there a public bank? In some ways, the post office functions that way, which is one of the reasons I suppose this administration is trying to kill it, because people go there for money orders in order to pay bills. They don't get charged a high fee for that. All kinds of small banking type transactions that people with no banks do. They do at post offices. A lot of people in rural areas, and also folks who are on check systems or who just simply don't have the available extra money to really maintain a bank account. All right, where are we with these public options? They mostly don't exist. We have a public option for the fire department. The fire department is a whole public option, and that's the model we should have. And you can call it socialism if you want to. That's fine with me. It works. No matter whether you're rich or poor, the fire department will show up and put out a fire at your home. They're not going to ask you if you have insurance. They're not going to check to see what's in your bank account or what your credit score is. They're going to put out the fire before it burns down the whole block. Well, I think we need a banking and insurance options that do the same. News, traffic, and sports, then more on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The Obama Presidential Center is set to open on Chicago's South Side with grand opening events June 18th through the 21st.
Here on the South Side of Chicago, hope is getting a permanent home. Starting on June 19th, you can visit the Obama Presidential Center.
The new campus will feature a museum, library branch, public art, green spaces, and a basketball court. Some former U.S. Capitol Police officers are criticizing a new plaque honoring their January 6th service in a restricted Senate area. Officers say the timing and location fall short, and Black former officer Harry Dunn vows to keep suing until it's displayed properly. And Essence Fest is out with its concert lineup. Brandy and Monica will headline, with Cardi B, Patti LaBelle, Lotto, and Kalani also hitting the stage. The festival runs July 3rd through the 5th at the Superdome in New Orleans. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Visit Hard Rock Casino Tejon for the $500,000 Luck of the Irish BMW drawing. Drawings every Thursday in March. Hard Rock Casino Tejon, the closest casino to downtown LA. The excitement starts here at the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon.
Is this the tiger? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers win over New York Sunday, moved them into a tie for 5th place with Denver in the Western Conference. The Lakers have 18 games remaining in the regular season to stay among the top 6. Teams finishing 7 through 10 have to go through the play-in round to make the playoffs. Next game for the Lakers is Tuesday night at home against Minnesota. Since moving to the Big Ten Conference 2 years ago, the UCLA women's basketball team is 34-2. UCLA has won 24 straight games against Big Ten opponents. They haven't lost a conference game since USC beat them on March 1st, 2025. UCLA, the number 2 team in the country, is 31-1. After beating Iowa Sunday to win the Big Ten tournament, the Bruins are assured of getting one of the 4 number 1 seeds in the NCAA tournament. The brackets will be announced next Sunday. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
One thank you. Yeah.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Time is smiling.
They say time flies when you're having fun. The founding members cohort of the Art of Conversation is almost over. Hard to believe. It's been a joy sharing what I've discovered after nearly 40 years of conversations with presidents, cultural icons, and game changers in every field of human endeavor. If you missed the first cohort, the good news is that we're already planning the next one. Now, the seats will be limited, and those on our waiting list will receive exclusive early access and special discounts not available to the general public. So, if you are ready to transform the way you connect, lead, and build trust, Do not hesitate. Go to TavishTalks.com and join the waiting list today. That's TavishTalks.com. The next cohort is coming. Make sure you are in the room. I'm Tavish Smiley, and I hope to see you there.
He's the son of a school teacher and Navy veteran who built a company worth billions and walked away from it. Tom Steyer, pledging to give away half of everything he earned to charity and fight for Californians. So when out-of-state corporations weren't paying their fair share of taxes, Tom Steyer led the fight for Prop 39 and won, earning California billions of dollars for our schools. Tom took on Big Oil to stop them polluting our air and water and smash them. Tom fought for free school lunches so no child goes hungry. Tom Steyer, strong enough to take on the special interests crushing us with the cost of living. As governor, Tom will stop Wall Street from buying up middle-class homes, lower utility rates by 25%, and ban corporate PAC money from our politics. Other politicians talk. Tom Steyer gets it done. Ad paid for by Steyer for Governor 2026.
Warning, evacuation in progress. Leave the building.
It's a total takeover.
That's what I want.
On Friday, March 27th, KBLA Talk 1580 belongs to the women.
Are you ready?
All day long, from 6 in the morning to midnight, the mic belongs to powerful, accomplished women, and we are not letting go. Nothing but the voices of women who inspire, challenge, and move us forward. It's the women of KBLA Talk 1580, sun up to sundown. I'm Dominique DePrima, and I'll anchor the day with a 3-hour live panel from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the state of black women in LA, followed by women talking to women all day long about the issues that matter most. Our hosts for the day include Jill Monroe, Adrian Shropshire, Dr. Melina Abdullah, Angela Reddick Wright, Raquel Graham, Angelique Francis, Tasha Thomas, Dr. Shalonda Crawford, Dion Raymond, and a couple of special guest hosts for the day that we'll be announcing soon. This is Women's History Month, and we're not just celebrating it, we're amplifying it. Join us Friday, March 27th on KBLA Talk 1580, where women take over all day, all night. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 and all of our socials for the rundown. You don't want to miss a single word. And happy Women's History Month from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580.
To my ladies, I'll show you how to work that.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. So, remember last week, I think it was Carl, somebody called and they were complaining that the city needs to be more like Gavin Newsom and spend money to stop people from getting evicted. And the conversation, and that Gavin Newsom is now planning to invest in, eviction help to keep people in their homes. And what I said is that he's actually copying us because Mayor Karen Bass is the one who started Stay Housed LA, and that is that's a program the city has that gives people help with lawyers, counseling, and other services. Now, you have to qualify. Not everyone's going to get a lawyer, but people that are facing eviction that meet whatever those criteria are get legal help. Because one of the things we learned is that most tenants show up in court without a lawyer while the landlord does have a lawyer, okay? And I reminded us about Stay Housed LA, the website. And actually, I think they're still accepting applications right now for their latest round of applications for different kinds of help. In some cases, they even offer rental assistance to keep people in their houses. I mean, it's what the name says, Stay Housed LA. And it's so crazy. We were just talking about this last week and just reminding people to go to Stay Housed LA website. I think it's stayhousedla.org. And now now the whole program is in jeopardy. It's stayhousedla.org. So they have workshops, they help you learn your rights as a tenant, and in some cases you can get rent relief. That's what the application is open for right now. In fact, tomorrow is the last day for this round of rental assistance. The deadline is March 11th. So if you are struggling to stay in your apartment, go to Stay Housed LA right now. And apparently the whole program is in jeopardy at the moment because our city attorney, Hydee Feldstein Soto, sent a memo to city council members who are about to vote on this, saying maybe we shouldn't be awarding this big contract to Legal Aid. Legal Aid is the nonprofit organization that helps people who don't have money but need a lawyer. And they're the ones that have been contracted to provide those lawyers to stop people from getting evicted. Well, the city attorney, Ms. Feldstein Soto, says, well, they sue us too much, so why are we giving them the contract? I guess last year she stopped the process and insisted that they do bidding for this contract and open bidding and take other offers, and the city council did that. Not loving it because it's already in place and they're, a reputable nonprofit, but okay. That's your job, right? You're meant to make sure that we spend the city's money wisely. But once they won the bid, to come in at the last minute and say, well, they sue us too much, so we shouldn't be giving them a contract. Well, and also mad because they win too much. If I'm going to contract out an organization and I'm going to pay to represent low resource people who are in need so they can stay in their homes, I want a group that wins too much, even if they win against me. It's like if you're a basketball team, you're not going to say, well, we're not going to draft Kobe Bryant because he wins against us too much. You're going to say, no, I want Kobe because when he's on the other team, he's a problem. You see where I'm going with this? You don't not draft Michael Jordan because he wins too much against you. That's his job. Anyway, I'm surprised that the city attorney would do this during an election year because I don't see it as being popular, but maybe, who knows, what constituency is being appeased by trying to take away help for tenants who are facing eviction. But this is a big problem, and I think this is a place where the public weighing in would really make a difference. I think that if your city council person were to hear from you and say, we support Stay Housed LA, that it would be helpful. City council members need to know that we think it's a good idea to help people stay in their homes because, even if you're a person that doesn't care, even if you're the Tin Man who doesn't have a heart, cost benefit analysis. It is more cost effective to keep people housed for them to stay housed, LA, than for them to become unhoused. And then we've got to get people back into housing. We've got to keep them safe on the streets, which we're not doing, even though the new numbers, the new data shows a 10% decrease in homeless deaths on the street. That's good. But it's still thousands that die every year. It's still 6 people a day dying on the streets in LA County. That's not a good look. And it's also, sadly, I hate to put it in these terms because I am not the Tin Man and I do have a heart and I do not like to see people dying and living on the streets. But even if you don't, you have to look at the costs, and we say it's more cost effective to keep people in their homes than to let them be unhoused. And now they can end up with a drug problem, or they can end up, sick or harmed, where we need to use public funds for their emergency room visit or supportive housing services, et cetera, and et cetera. So if you have a minute or two today or tomorrow or the next day, I think it would be nice to call our city council members or write them a nice little email in saying that we figure it out. We need Stay Housed LA to continue. This is one, I talk about progressive wins. This is a progressive win that a lot of us have taken for granted that was put in place by our mayor. And the crazy thing is, I've been on this radio mic a long time and we've been talking about it. People have been talking about it. Their lips are moving, but the program hasn't moved into place until Mayor Bass. We were saying, oh, well, we should really consider giving lawyers, or we're going to, we stood it up as a pilot program and then it went away. Now it exists. Now, whether you know about it or not, that's another question. We certainly they ran ads on this station, and we need to spread the word. It's stayhousedla.org. But it didn't become a thing until we had Mayor Karen Bass. And now for our city attorney to say, we don't want to use legal aid. They beat me too much in court. That is a bad reason not to help people stay in their houses. That is a bad reason for people to go to tenants' court, for tenants to go to court with no representation when they're going against somebody with a lawyer, bringing a knife to a gunfight. Unbelievable. We're starting to see some progress with people not dying on the streets. We're finally seeing a small decrease in the number of unhoused people on the streets under the leadership of this mayor. And you want to do what now? You want to back off of that? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And I really think I'm talking about this because I think, number one, I think it's important. But number two, I think this is one of those issues where our feedback would help more than at other times, particularly since this is an actual election year. Let's go to Fahima calling us from Washington, D.C. Good morning, Fahima.
Gani and K. Pasa, Dominique. Thank you for taking my call. Very quickly, I want to preface my comments by saying I don't profess to know the particulars in California and L.A., but I suspect this administration may have something to do with this move because eviction prevention comes from funding comes from the federal government. And it was expanded even more during the pandemic. They provide funding in the form of block grants to states, local, and federal governments. And, part of that is to give funding to legal aid. And
I understand what you're saying, but this money comes from the LA City budget. It's already budgeted. It's already designated. So why would you pull back on a contract that's already in existence and funded?
Again, Dominique, I did say I'm not professing to know.
Yeah, no, I heard you. I just want to make sure that's clear because, in fact, I think what you're saying is going to be a problem next year and the year after that and the year after that for us because those kinds of subsidies may not be available through the county, through the city, through the state because of the federal pullback. So I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying in this case, the funding is in place.
Well, and I don't doubt that. But I suspect it has something to do with this administration. That's all I wanted to share.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. I think we're seeing a lot of that, especially on the county level, on the state level, where our budget crunches are real, where they're laying people off and not renewing or filling positions that are open. I don't believe that applies to this particular contract because if the money is coming out of our city budget and it's already been budgeted and all the city council has to do is vote on who gets the contract, now affirming a contract that's already been awarded to legal aid, I think it's a different problem. It's a problem of will, of want to, as they say in the country. Want to. It's a want to problem. Because the city council's about to vote on this, and then they get a memo from their legal advisor, who's also paid with our tax dollars, who tells them, well, you know what? Why are we giving money to people that sue us all the time? Because they win. And if we're going to spend $177 million to represent tenants, this is a 3-year contract, so I guess it would be after 3 years where this could become a problem to what Fahima's talking about. We want them to win. If, their response to this, well, I guess it's a confidential memo, so I'm not sure how it ended up in the LA Times. But back to the old adage, don't text or email anything that you're not ready to see on the cover of the LA Times. But apparently this confidential memo says council members should, quote, reconsider the award of such a large contract to a frequent litigant against the city. LOL. I'm mad because they beat me in court, so now I'm going to try to stop them from getting a contract that they successfully executed last year, in which we want the people we pay for to win. We want the lawyers we pay for to win. We want them to have a winning track record. And do you think maybe it would be better to get some corporate lawyers who never sue the city because they love everything we do, or who sue on behalf of developers? No, you got to get the people who have a track record and understanding of defending the working class, the poor, the middle class. Shoot, in this city, you can be all the way middle class and still be barely paying your rent. Okay? And I know that's true of cities across the state and throughout the nation. So, your city council office. If you don't know which office is your city council office, call me. We'll figure it out together. 800-920-1580. We'll figure out where you live. We'll say, oh, your council district this or that. Or you can also Google it. Something good to know anyway. These are the things we have to defend, as we have a mayor who is under extreme pressure from the police, like every politician, by the way, from the police union, from developers, from, everybody that's not defending the working class and the poor. We, the people, have to be the lobby on the other side of that equation and defend those wins that we have been able to secure, that our mayor has put in place since she got into office. And this is one of them. And I think it's an important one, because when you talk about the unhoused population decreasing, and when you talk about fewer people dying on the streets, it's these kinds of programs that are in place that hold the line on those gains and hopefully get us to more improvements. It's a great time to call me. It's always a great time to call me. 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is an intervention. When we come forward, includes you. KBLA Talk 1580, turning pain into power.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Looking for a purposeful and passionate way to make a difference in your community? Volunteer with our Senior Medicare Patrol and help prevent Medicare fraud. S&P volunteers work in their community educating peers about healthcare fraud and how to prevent and detect it. Free training starts soon. Check us out online or at an S&P open house near you. We're on a mission to stop fraud. Join our team. You make a difference. Visit caspvolunteer.org.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
You are, and we're glad you're here. So many kinds of crazy. So the lady that shot up Rihanna's house has been arrested. She has been she's been charged. She's a 35-year-old Florida woman, and she had an AR type style gun, an automatic semi-automatic weapon. Fired shots at Rihanna's house in LA, and other houses on the block also took bullet holes in the car. Nothing got inside the home, but she was arrested and charged with attempted murder, among other things. She got $10 million bail, which means her name is Ivana Lisette Ortiz out of Florida, which means she's probably not getting out because $10 million is a pretty steep bail. And apparently she's got domestic violence rap sheet going back a couple years, so back to 2023. Rihanna was home. Nobody was hurt. That's all bad. The Florida woman strikes again, and apparently she got away in her Tesla. Could the picture be any more, well, MAGA-y? I don't know, but I'm glad Rihanna's safe. And they have video. I've seen it on social media because she's posted a bunch of wacko videos on social media. And, of course, they always find them when crimes are committed. Someone's in the chat saying I said that pimping was the oldest profession. I was saying there's an old adage that prostitution is the world's oldest profession. I don't know if that's true. It's just a saying. It's one of those truisms. And I'm just assuming that if prostitution is, pimping's got to be not far behind. But Miles, what were you telling me? I'm not tracking this story about the Magic City. The NBA was having a party at a strip club or something.
Yeah, the NBA, they partnered with the Atlanta Hawks, and they were going to do for a promo run, do like a Magic City Monday theme night. Magic City, of course, is a strip club, famous strip club in Atlanta. So they were going to have, the pole out. They were going to have T.I. perform at halftime and, take it to the trap. And eventually, the NBA went ahead and canceled it. They got drawback. People were saying they didn't want to take their kids to a game where they're going to have the strippers out on the main stage like that. So, and I agree with them 100%.
Really?
Atlanta.
P-Valley, the NBA version?
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm glad the NBA listened to the people who called in and said that's ridiculous and crazy. So yeah.
I had heard some commentary on it on social, but I wasn't really tracking it. So it's not going to happen now.
Canceled it last night. Yeah.
You said some rappers were mad.
Killer Mike was heated about it. Who else? Big Boy was mad about it. Jermaine Dupri was mad about it.
I mean, it's not like they can't have their own after party. They could have like an NBA after party, right?
And I think that, man, if you're from Atlanta, and they were saying if you're not from Atlanta, shut up. You don't know the culture down here. You're not a part of it. I feel like this, man. If it's Wakanda, there's a lot better things you can represent black culture, black excellence with than just highlighting the strip club.
Right. Plus, it's the National Basketball Association, not the Atlanta Basketball Association. So you got to be ready for prime time.
For sure. Exactly.
All right. We got news, traffic, and sports. Then I'll be joined by Dr. Melina Abdullah and more on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The Obama Presidential Center is set to open on Chicago's South Side with grand opening events June 18th through the 21st.
Here on the south side of Chicago, Hope is getting a permanent home. Starting on June 19th, you can visit the Obama Presidential Center.
The new campus will feature a museum, library branch, public art, green spaces, and a basketball court. Some former U.S. Capitol Police officers are criticizing a new plaque honoring their January 6th service in a restricted Senate area. Officers say the timing and location fall short, and Black former officer Harry Dunn vows to keep suing until it's displayed properly. And Essence Fest is out with its concert lineup. Brandy and Monica will headline, with Cardi B, Patti LaBelle, Lotto, and Kalani also hitting the stage. The festival runs July 3rd through the 5th at the Superdome in New Orleans. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Visit Hard Rock Casino Tejon for the $500,000 Luck of the Irish BMW drawing. Drawings every Thursday in March. Hard Rock Casino Tejon, the closest casino to downtown LA. The excitement starts here at the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon.
Is this the devil? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
A milestone moment for the Clippers Monday night at the Intuit in Inglewood. They beat the New York Knicks 126-118 to reach the 500 mark this season for the first time since November 3rd. On December 18th, the Clippers were 6-21 and appeared to be headed toward one of the worst seasons in franchise history. They are 26-11 since that date. This is one of the best turnarounds the NBA has seen in quite a while. Major props to Clippers coach Ty Lue for keeping this team from falling apart. The Clippers have moved up to the 8th spot in the Western Conference with 18 games left in the regular season. Kawhi Leonard had 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists last night. Benedict Mathurin scored 22 of his 28 in the second half off the bench. Darius Garland, making his second start at point guard, had 23 points and 7 assists. The Clippers are at home Wednesday night against Minnesota. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
They say time flies when you're having fun. The founding members cohort of the Art of Conversation is almost over. Hard to believe. It's been a joy sharing what I've discovered after nearly 40 years of conversations with presidents, cultural icons, and game changers in every field of human endeavor. If you missed the first cohort, the good news is that we're already planning the next one. Now, the seats will be limited, and those on our waiting list will receive exclusive early access and special discounts not available to the general public. So, if you are ready to transform the way you connect, lead, and build trust, do not hesitate. Go to TavishTalks.com and join the waiting list today. That's TavishTalks.com. The next cohort is coming. Make sure you are in the room. I'm Tavish Smiley, and I hope to see you there.
Yeah, yo, come on.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day.